Yes, I want to give thanks and praise to the Most High, give thanks for life. Again, I want to give thanks to the great man, Tony Barber, inside his home again, the Conscious Barber Shop in the UK. And if he's the people going to parrot, if he run his now, So, Tony, if people parrot, so you're the original done, up done still, So, watch the space here. Inside the house, we have Ross Minty.
Yes, sir.
Okay, man.
Yes, I'm very
Minty, you're
well.
looking well, man. You're feeling fat, juice. I'm about face, man.
I haven't been going to the gym as much, so I need to just lose a bit of weight, that's all. But we could give thanks.
Yeah, man, you look good, man.
Thank
So,
you,
Minty,
sir.
I see you on the panel, and I give some serious reasoning. How you find the event yesterday, man?
Yeah, no, I really enjoyed it, man, and I think that the events that Jammers, Buzzy, and the rest of the crew put on, and yourself, of course, all day, are really good forms of entertainment and education. So it's edutainment. And
It's true, it's true.
Fantastic, man. I try to get to them as often as possible. And I'm just surprised more people don't come. Although they're well attended, I would like it to be a total full house as opposed to 3/4 to full.
Yeah,
that every seat be full up, man.
Full up,
you know
yeah.
what I mean?
But we're getting there, so...
It's such a good event, though. I really like it, man.
And so forth. Okay, then. Well, as we interviewed Busby earlier on, we was talking about the whole thing about relationship.
Buzzy, you interviewed him, yeah?
Busby?
Oh, you interviewed Buzzy?
Yeah.
It's troublesome, isn't it? It's troublesome, not Buzzy.
Busby, there, but Busby.
That's my friend Buzzy, he's a good guy, man.
I was talking about relationship, etc. And it so happens that this weekend we've got an event talking about relationship, talking about abusive relationship. And how this really come about, I should have mentioned it on the Busby show, but earlier on that the film Looking for Love. Do you see the film Looking for Love?
Yes, I've seen it a couple of times.
Yeah, and we decided to, well, from the film there, we'll do something about abusive relationship. But I'll just make your spin about the whole thing about abusive relationships. So
Abusive relationships.
yeah, the whole thing about relationship, etc.
Yeah, I mean, it's talking about affairs of the heart, it's difficult because we see, as we were talking about earlier, we see women stay in relationships which are abusive, but the sex is good. Wow. They may get treated good every other way, but the sex is bad and they're gone. So relationships are a funny thing, man. But abusive relationships, specifically talking about that, I think that it's all to do with self-esteem, really. I mean, whether it's the man or the woman, because a man can be abused in relationships too.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah.
It's happened, but generally, we know that it's women who are abused, or that's the general feeling. And I think that it's to do with the self-esteem, that the sister or the brother doesn't have a high positive feeling about themselves, and that's why they end up staying in abusive relationships. Now, really, to encourage someone to come out of an abusive relationship, we have to build up the self-esteem. That's the emphasis. Encourage them to feel empowered, but obviously the power has been taken away from by the abusive partner.
Yeah.
So
I just want to write on what you're saying. It's very important to build up. Both you need to build up your self-esteem, right? And build self-esteem by understanding more of yourself, understand more of your purpose in life. And once you have a purpose, you'll have a direction, And that's why, when you talk about relationship, right? Especially talk about committed relationship, you got to look at it now as a business. Not saying a business where you're trying to know that person got more money than you and try to take, the mindset you have, as a business partner, you invest into a barber shop or a restaurant. Same kind of mindset you look.
Absolutely.
In a relationship.
Absolutely.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And not only that, it's interesting. One of the sketch was about betrayal and trust and whatever, right? And one of the sister was saying that you're never around, you're never there, and blah blah blah. And that comes to communication, everything, right?
Absolutely.
Right. And also there's a bit of insecurity from her side, as both parts. But I mean, that's why it's very important to come together and have regular discussions, meetings. Yeah.
I agree with you 100%. Look, like I was saying to DJ Valentine, who was at the event yesterday, he was on SLR radio. We were talking about like relationships, and when you're younger, you get into relationships, you just go with the flow. You just go with the flow, man. You see from our perspective, a beautiful woman. You want to get to know her, you get to know her mind a bit. You've got a bit of chemistry. After 2 weeks, you're bumping you're bumping uglies, you know, and then the relationship either develops or it doesn't, and then if not, you just find somebody else, and that's how you relationships happen. But as you get older, it's like business. When you're young in business, you just go through the motions, you don't know what you're doing. But as you get older, you develop and you get a better understanding of how business goes and how relationships go. So as you said, you're absolutely right, Dougie. Now, if I'm going into a relationship with a queen, what have we both got to give to this relationship? What am I going to get from you? What are you going to get from me? We have to establish that at the beginning. Are we going to buy a home together? Are we going to get married? Are we going to have a business together to cement this relationship, to make it go in one direction, two people becoming one? You know what I'm saying? That's all. I'm totally with that. And also, as we said, communication, commitment, loyalty, devotion. These things are things we have to ascertain from the beginning, because I see a queen now. I want to be with you. I'm devoted to you, and I'm going to make you feel like a queen. I'm going to do my best to make you happy, and hopefully you will do the same for me. So I'm with you on that, 100%. It's like, and when you mentioned contract, you're right. It's not a contract where you go, okay, and let's get our lawyers involved. But it's what we call a handshake contract, an unwritten contract, where we say we're going to be committed to each other. We're going to work together as one, and we're going to really try and make this relationship the best relationship we both had through all our experience, man.
And also, what's very important, right, that you have meetings every week or every two, every case might be, and discuss on the gender we discussed last week and whatever, and discuss that. Are we on the same?
Are we the same path?
Same path.
Is this thing progressing in the direction?
You see what
100%. 100%, man. 100%.
And that's very important. You know what I mean? To have these regular meetings, in terms of communicating with your partner, and just working things out. Having discussion. Just having an honest discussion, open discussion. Just feel comfortable with each other, and you know, see if you're on track. You see what I'm saying?
But you know what I think, Dougie, which is part of that is it's like I mentioned yesterday, that women have to be validated. So to validate a queen, you tell her you love her, but you don't just tell her it, you show her it, basically. You take her out for meals, you cook her a lovely meal one time, you pour a bath for her, you rub her feet, you tell her you're important to me, man, I'm going to make you feel good. So it's things like that from a man's perspective. And trust me, when you treat a woman good like that, you're set. Anything you want, you're going to get, basically. Yeah. Anything you want, you're going to. I don't mean that in a rude or crude way. I mean, in the bounds of the relationship, you'll get treated like a king, trust me, if you treat your woman like a queen. So, if you're not having regular meetings, but do something towards developing the relationship and making your queen feel good. 100%, man. But the regular meetings is not a bad thing at all. I mean, doing some form of communication on a weekly basis or a regular basis is absolutely a fantastic idea, I think.
But what you're saying is absolutely crucial, that you back it up with
action.
Action.
Definitely, man.
know?
Definitely.
Because you see, when we talk about love, right? Because love is very loosely word, you know what I mean? I could say
it's got such a broad context, man.
I could say that I love my my queen, and then poison her with pork. I still say I love her.
Yeah.
No, I can abuse my queen. I still say, you see what I'm saying?
For sure,
doesn't mean nothing.
For sure.
But if you back it up with
action,
commitment.
Absolutely,
right?
Absolutely.
Right?
Loyalty, devotion.
Yes. And that's where the love will come out organic, but back it up by commitment and love. You see, and that's why it's very important that when you have a queen, right? This liberation talk, no, because you're right, you know. If you have a queen, back it up. Don't just say by love, but back it up with action and commitment, and then she will be behind you 100% based on your commitment.
Right. Because you know one thing with just to quickly, one thing with sisters is that, like, they'll say, the woman will say to the man, this is just a scenario, do you love me? He goes, yeah, of course I do, I'm here. They don't want to hear just I'm here, it's not just the fact I'm here. They want you to physically show them how you love them, basically. Truly. The stars are always the same.
Yeah. But come back to the film, right? Looking for love.
Great film.
So, I mean, again, I big up Minty Shabazz. In fact, I was trying to get Shabazz in here, man. I give me some arguments saying, boy, my film thing set up and this and that and whatever. Shabazz, if you listen to us right now, Shabazz, you should be here with us because we want to promote you, you know.
That's right.
Tell boy, my film set up and my film thing on YouTube and we don't want any good argument, Shabazz. You should be here with us. So come back back to the team looking for love.
Yeah, looking for love.
Yeah.
I thought it was a fantastic film. Actually, I paid big money to go to the cinema in Brixton when it first came on to see it, and it was worth it though, to be honest, man. Like, because what you pay about £8 to go to the cinema, I paid almost double. But I didn't mind, you know, because I wanted supporting a black brother, supporting a black film, supporting a film talking about empowering our people, and it was great on so many levels because it was great information. It was psychologically informative. It was aesthetically pleasing. It was funny. It was witty. It had so many components to it, man. And to me, it was just a really great package. So I have to laud Menelek Shabazz for putting such a fantastic film together.
Yeah.
It was so good, and like you had the serious part where you had the poetess speaking, and she's really hitting it hard with to look at the camera. And then you'd have Mr. C and Marie Spencer's there, just talking and making jokes. So the contrast was fantastic, Dougie, man.
Yeah.
And it was so. There was some points which were hitting, the psychological aspects about the past, bringing the past into present relationships.
Uma Johnson was very good.
Yeah, no, but absolutely, When he was talking, if anything, I've said that's what he said about bringing your past into the present relationships, which is a lot of people do that.
Yeah. I mean, you know, it's a film. I said to everybody, must go and watch it with a family, you know, your loved ones, and have a discussion about it, because there's so much in there to learn. Rafkai Russ Minty, yeah?
You don't have to.
Russ Minty. Right. So where's the future holds for you personally? I mean, I know you're doing some stuff with the road show and and stuff. So where's the future holds for you?
Yeah, well, as you know, I've just started, from last year I started on a community radio station, and the show is going really well. We're going to be bringing you on, of course, in time. We had the aforementioned Buzz and Bees on there with their jammers who visualised the event yesterday, the Speakers Club, and we had Errol Hines on there, and that was a fantastic show we had with those brothers, man. It was got such a fantastic response.
Okay.
So the show, just to touch on the show, is really about showing the successful side of the African community, the black community. And when we say African, we mean it in the Peter Touch sense. No matter where you come from, no matter where you're born, you're African, whether you're Jamaican, or you're born in America, or if you're black, you're African. So it's really there to uplift our community. We show successful people who've done fantastic things in the community, because that's the face of our community we want to show. That successful side. It's a conduit for success, for upliftment, because we have motivational shows as well. We do a whole thing called Message in the Music, where I play conscious reggae songs and break down the message in the music. Because music for us as Africans is not just about entertainment, it's about education as well. So we just break down the positive message in it and just use it as a motivation as a poet, because that's what reggae music is to me. It's very motivational. So the show is really, and also we teach a bit of African history, and that definitely promotes African positive people all day long. So the show to me is going fantastic, and I'm really happy and proud about how it's developed. Also, we're going to be doing another road show. And actually, we could talk about relationships. Actually, that's really fantastic. You know, because we usually do 2 questions with the road show, and we usually use radio DJs like yourself. You were on the very first one, and we bring the concept of radio, the energy of radio, into a live event. So we have radio DJs there. So I'll be there. Buzz and Bees will potentially be there. People like Jammers, yourself. And we always have a queen, 1 or 2 queens, always representing, you know, our community, because without the queens, we're nothing. They're the Ivine balance. They're part of the balance. You know, so that's what the future is holding at the moment. But the radio show's going to be continuing. We're going to be doing events, and I've got another idea I'm just trying to develop. I don't want to talk about it just yet, because when it's actually manifested, that's when I'm going to talk about it, man. But actions do the talking, basically.
And also, we can't let you go without mentioning Muta Baruch. I know you brought him over. You're the great man who brought him over a few years ago, and it really was. That's why I get to know you, really. And
we knew you before then, Dougie. It's just that we reconnected because of that.
Yeah, I know when you talked one time, we talked about the music and stuff.
Sure, that's right. That's right.
But how did that materialise after you moved to Baruch?
Well, you know me, Dougie, and I have a certain view on this God concept. this God concept, we believe in this God in the sky. And it's not spirituality. Not that we don't do with that or divinity, but this God concept which has been perpetrated by the major religions, Christianity, Judaism, Islam. We reject not people in them, but the idea that God's in the sky, and there's this person coming looking at you and gives you good things, and when you're bad you get whipped. We reject that whole concept. So the way I idealise that, I don't pray to God or do nothing. I get down on my knees. The way I develop things in my mind is, first of all, obviously we get the idea, we have a definite purpose. And then when we see this is what we want, we visualise it.
Yes.
That's how it manifests. And what happened, Dougie? I'm visualising this thing so much. So after a month of visualising it, I just got out of my bed one day. And I'm like that. I said, I've got to go and contact this dude. I've got to go and contact this dude. I didn't know how I was going to contact him. But the first thing I said to myself, let me just go on the internet. Let me just go on the internet and see if I can get a contact with him. And some way, somehow, his email address was there. Okay. So I sent an email to him. My name is this. In fact, you know certain people I know because he knew certain Ras like Ital Vital up the road. He knows him. He knows Torlai. He knows the guy called Darwitz, Irons. He knew all them brethren. So I sent him, I'm interested in bringing you to take you around the country, blah, 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 blah. I had no idea of how I was going to do it, but just that I want to do this. Anyway, he got back to me, sent me his number. I said, cool. Called him that same day. He said, yeah, blah, blah, blah. And he hears me accent and thinks I'm a white man, which most people do. Anyway, from there, everything just flew, Dougie. I don't ask me how, because I didn't even have internet in my home. So when I'm organising this trip, I had to go to internet cafes. That's what I'm saying. I was there till from 7 till 10 in the internet cafe, organising the flight, sending them emails, organising the information. I had no computer in my house, Dougie, so I was doing this out of my house. Everything was in internet cafes. But eventually, so we got everything sorted, this flight, his hotels, everything was sorted from Manchester, Birmingham, and the 2 shows we did in London. And got the car sorted, so everything was sorted. The only thing that would have stopped us is if he gets in the country, But because I had a dream that he was flying over on a cloud, I was convinced he was coming, so he came over. So when me and Makita went to pick him up, he was there. It was like I knew him already. So then everything just flew from there. We did the first show in Birmingham, then we went to Manchester, and then we did 2 great shows in London. And that was it, man. So there was no praying to God. It was just a focus, visualization, feeling it. And then that feeling is what makes you want to manifest it, basically. And that's how it went, man.
Okay, then we've got about a minute left. Is that contact or email address or website?
Well, if people want to contact me, email. You can contact me on solarminty@gmail.com, as it sounds. solarminty@gmail.com. So anything about, we can do event managing, so we can manage your event. We teach radio skills. Dougie gets involved with that in Soul Buzz and Bees. We teach different things. We teach radio presentation, and what else we teach? Well, we do a number of things, but just contact me and we can speak about it, certainly, man.
Okay, then, I think we're on out of time. Minty,
it's a pleasure, man. Always, man. Always.
It's a pleasure, man. Minty to the host.
Give thanks, man. Give thanks.